What if I told you some of the biggest problems in your life doesn't exist? Not yet, not anywhere. They are not happening right now, they are not in front of you. Nobody has done them, nothing has gone wrong. Yet your mind is treating them like they are real. You imagine the conversation before it happens. You imagine the rejection before it comes. You imagine the failure before you even try. You imagine the worst outcome before you see any outcome at all. And before the day is over, you fought 10 battles, solved 20 imaginary problems, and exhausted yourself over things that never actually happened. That's overthinking. It's like your mind refuses to live the future alone. It keeps trying to predict it, controls it, prepare for it, and the more it tries, the more tired you become. The scary part is that most overthinkers don't realize they are doing it. They think they are being responsible, careful, prepared, while in reality they are trapped in a cycle that steals their peace. Overthinking is not thinking too much, it's thinking without reaching a conclusion. The same thought, the same worry, the same question again and again and again. You tell yourself you are trying to find an answer, and hours later you are still stuck in the same exact place. Nothing has changed except your stress level. The problem isn't that you are thinking, the problem is that you are thinking in loops, and loops don't lead anywhere, they only make you dizzy. Most people think overthinking comes from having too many problems. That's not true. Overthinking usually comes from wanting certainty. You want to know how things will turn out. You want guarantees. You want to avoid mistakes. And because you can't get that certainty, your mind keeps searching for it. The problem is that life doesn't offer complete certainty. No matter how much you think, no matter how much you analyze, no matter how much you worry, some things simply can't be known ahead of time. Yet your mind keeps trying anyway. Think about most of the things you overthink. Other people's opinion, future outcome, things that haven't happened yet, situation outside your control. You're trying to solve problems that don't belong to you. And that's exhausting. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with brick all day. Eventually, you will become tired. That's exactly what overthinking does mentally. It makes you carry weight that were never yours to carry. Most overthinking is rooted in fear. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of making the wrong choice, fear of uncertainty. The overthinking itself isn't the real issue. It's the fear underneath it. Because if you weren't afraid of the outcome, you won't spend so much time analyzing it. That's why simply trying to stop overthinking really works. You have to deal with what's driving the thought. There is a story about Martha many people can relate to. While Jesus was visiting, Martha became overwhelmed, distracted, anxious, consumed by everything that needed to be done. Meanwhile, Mary sat with Jesus. Martha wasn't worried because she was lazy. She was worried because she cared, but caring had turned into anxiety, and anxiety has stolen her peace. A lot of people today are exactly the same good intentions, good hearts, but a mind that never stops racing. One of the strangest things about overthinking is that it can make imaginary problems feel more real than actual ones. You start creating scenarios. What if this happens? What if that goes wrong? What if they think this? What if I fail? Most of those scenarios never happened, but your body still responds as if they are real. Your stress increases, your anxiety increases, your peace disappears, all because your mind is fighting a future that doesn't exist yet. The first step is recognizing when you are overthinking. Ask yourself, am I solving a problem right now or am I replaying it? That's an important difference. Solving leads somewhere, overthinking goes nowhere. The second step is focusing on what you can control. You can't control every outcome, you can't control every person, but you can control your actions today. You can control your efforts, you can control your response. Focus on there. Many people can't stop overthinking because they're demanding answers they don't need now. You don't need to know everything about next year. You don't need every detail of your future. You don't need a complete roadmap. You only need enough light for the next step. That's how life works and that's how faith works. If you're an overthinker, hear this, you're not crazy. You are not weak and you are definitely not alone. Many intelligent, caring, responsible people struggle with overthinking. The problem is that your mind has become more confused that more thinking equals more control. Peace comes from accepting that some things are beyond your control. And that's okay because God never asked you to carry the entire future. So why do you keep overthinking? Because you're trying to create certainty where certainty doesn't exist. You are trying to control outcome you can't control. You are trying to solve tomorrow's problem today and it's exhausting you. The solution isn't thinking harder. It's trusting more. It's letting go of what you can't control. It's focusing on what's in front of you because the future has never been in your hands anyway. And that's actually good news because it means you don't have to carry the weight of figuring everything out. You just have to take the next step and trust God with the rest.